Time is the one thing we never get back. And somewhere between the noise, the chaos, and the world spinning out of control,
help me!
I realized something. No one was coming to save us. If I wanted a better life for my family, we had to build it ourselves. This is the story of building what actually matters. There comes a point where you look around at the life you're living and realize something's off. Not because you're failing, but because the system around you is. That moment hit during the chaos a few years back.
Every single man, woman, and child on this planet is going to die.
The overreach, the confusion, the feeling of being herded instead of led. That's when I made a decision. If no one is actually steering the ship, then I'll build my own. I want a life built on choice, not compliance. A life where my skills mattered more than someone else's approval. Where my work created real pride, not just another deposit for someone above me. So I cut the debt. I cut the excuses. I cut the version of myself that kept waiting for permission. And I started building something that can't be taken away. One hell of an adventure today. I can't even believe a full 12-hour day of packing to load a U-Haul that was supposed to include a dolly. That's the core of everything I'm doing now. Not chasing a paycheck, building a life that produces freedom. Because here's the truth most people avoid. You don't fix your life by hoping. You fix it by doing. And once you start, once you take even one step towards independence, you never go back to being owned. There's always a moment, one you don't forget, where you realize the life you're in is too small for the person you're becoming. For me, it wasn't dramatic. It wasn't a meltdown. It was clarity. When everything around us was falling apart, I noticed something. People weren't being protected. They were being managed. Management is not leadership. That was the breaking point. Not fear, responsibility. I wasn't going to sit around and wait for someone else to design my future. I wasn't going to rely on a system that panics under pressure. I wasn't going to keep trading my time for someone else's comfort. So, I made the move. Geographically, financially, and mentally. No more debt, no more ceiling, no more waiting for the right moment. The right moment was the second I decided I deserved more. When your back is against the wall, you either shrink or you sharpen. And I chose to sharpen. Once you decide you're done living on someone else's terms, the next part is the hardest. You have to move. Not talk, not plan. Move. People love or hate the idea of change, but change isn't an idea. It's a sequence. For me, it started with stripping everything down to the essentials. No debt, no distractions, no excuses. You know, I didn't reinvent myself overnight. I rebuilt piece by piece, skill by skill, decision by decision. I took the experience I had and fused it with what actually matters. Doing real work that creates real value. That's how Apocalypse Home Solutions was built. Not from privilege, not from luck, from clarity and execution. This wasn't about starting a business. It was about building a life with no back door. A life where every win and every failure is mine to own. And if you move with intent, even small steps become momentum. Momentum becomes discipline, and discipline becomes freedom. When you break away from the old system, you need a new standard to operate by. Not slogans, not motivation, principles. I believe in owning your results, good or bad, because when everything is on you, you stop wasting time and you start making moves that count. I believe in working with pride, not pressure. If your name is on the job should look like it. I believe simple is scalable. Clear systems, clean work, no gimmicks. And most of all, I believe you build freedom by becoming competent in the things everyone else avoids. Hard work, uncomfortable decisions, starting from zero, standing alone when the crowd folds. This is the new standard. It's not for everyone, but it's the only path that leads anywhere worth going. When you step outside the system, you learn something fast. Nobody is coming to save you. And honestly, that's the best news you'll ever get. Because once you accept that, you understand the mission. You build, you improve, you show up every single day and make progress, even when nobody's watching. My mission, moving forward, is simple. Get better. Help people level up their homes, their mindset, and their options. Prove that one man with a plan, a trade, and a backbone can build his own freedom from scratch. This isn't about hacks or shortcuts. This channel isn't about hacks or shortcuts. It's about the real work that builds a life you actually want to live, a life that can't be taken away. If you're trying to build something too, your home, your skills, your independence, then stick around. We're just getting started. At the end of the day, all of this, the work, the risk, the rebuilding, comes down to one thing: owning your life. Most people wait for permission. Most people stay stuck because they're told that's just how life is. But if you're watching this, you know better. You know your life becomes whatever you're willing to build with your own two hands and your own mind. This channel isn't just about home maintenance or pressure washing or handyman work. It's about taking back control, becoming the kind of person who doesn't just survive, but thrives just because they decided to. I'm building something real, something durable, something that lasts. Welcome to the movement. Welcome to the rebuild. This is Apocalypse Home Solutions, and we don't wait for better days. We make them.